Okay, we're back with another little how-to video, and I had a contractor in Canada send me an email asking me about the easy way to wrap wires off to a bar joist without having to get a scissor lift or set up scaffolding to get all the way up there. And I tried to explain it via email, and sometimes that's hard to do, so I figured I would set the camera back up and do a quick little video. So what I've got here is just a piece of standard half-inch conduit, thin wall, and what I'm going to do is just take my snips here, and I'm going to create a ribbon, and then I will flatten that out to make an arm, and then I'll show you how you can use this to wrap the wires off to the bar joist, preferably from floor or a scaffold at a lower height. Okay, so that should just about do it. And then I'm just going to take my pliers and kind of flatten this out just a bit. I know it's not very attractive, but it'll get the job done. So let me get a wire in this, and I'll be right back and I'll show you how this works. Okay, so I've reset everything up. I have my scrap piece of conduit here. We have the arm that I created by cutting that ribbon and then flattening it out with either your pliers or your hammer. I've got a standard scrap of 12 gauge wire in here, and you'll notice that the tail here is a little bit longer than what we normally use. That's because we have to get around the flanges on the bottom of the bar joist. Now you may have a single flange, you may have a double flange, so you're going to have to get up there and figure out exactly how much wire you need to get around all that stuff, and then bend your wire accordingly. So what I would do, I could use this from the ground. You would simply go ahead and, for this illustration, I'm going to go ahead and put it through the hole in the main. You would go ahead and set that up there just as you would to, like you would your screw pull, to get that over. And all we do is simply start twisting, and you can see that the tail, this spot right here, is causing that to wrap the tail off, just like as if we were using our screw pull. And there we go. And then of course once you were done, because of this loop up here is kind of loose, you'd want to put a hook on the end of our wire, give it a good old yank like we normally do, and that would compress this loop and eliminate any of that possible sagging in the wires after it's loaded up with the weight of the grid and the tile. So that's pretty simple. So just remember, you could fabricate something similar to this by using your screw pull and putting some sort of a flat stock through the slots in the top of the screw pull head. You just want to make sure that the arm is long enough to catch the tail, the bend on the wires, depending on how long that is. So a little bit of trial and error, but you can do it. Takes just a few minutes to put this together, and then when you're done with it, it's a scrap piece of conduit. Toss it in the bin on your way out the job, and you're good to go. So if you guys have any other questions about how do I do this or how do I do that, send me an email. I'll be happy to answer those questions for you, and if need be, I'll go ahead and set the camera up and do a little how-to video. So I hope to talk to you soon, and you guys have a great day.